Welcome to Live from St Kilda with Ben Murphy. On tonight's show, stand-up comedy from Issac Haigh and Aidan Jones. From Channel 31, Wombat and Goose share some artistic talent. Idol alumni, young diva and solo superstar Emily Williams drops in for a chat. And folk legends, the Pierce brothers, perform live in the studio. There he is. It seems Ben missed his ride this evening. After chasing the limo all the way here, he must be really exhausted. Get it? Exhausted? No? Okay. All right. Well, here he is anyway, your host, Ben Murphy!
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Live from St Kilda. I'm Ben Murphy. How are we all doing? Oh, excellent. That's wonderful to hear. Have you all had a good week? Yeah. Of course you have, but it's Friday now, which means we've got an excellent show in store for you. And there's also so much happening here in Melbourne at the moment. For those parents out there, until the 20th of May, the Melbourne Aquarium is hosting Peppa Pig and the gang for an event called Peppa Pig's Aquarium Adventure. It involves people dressed up as 6-foot versions of your kids' favourite characters from the show. Pigs and sharks. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's the only way for you and your kid to truly connect and both feel at the same time. Am I having an acid flashback? Sounds like a very interesting event. Though a pig in water, is that even possible? No, that's Andrew O'Keefe, and that's hot water that he's in. Actually, for those with Peppa the Pig crazed kids, I was at the supermarket across the street and saw that they had Peppa the Pig jigsaw puzzles for $5. Not sure it was official merchandise, but anyway. After the aquarium, you and the kids can also go to the interactive Van Gogh exhibit currently at the Loom as a great way to immerse them in great culture and connect when you both realise at the same time, yep, I'm definitely having an acid flashback. Has anybody seen the Van Gogh exhibit at the convention centre? Yeah! Yes! Oh, good. I was about to see it, but then my van wouldn't start. I just couldn't make the van go. Thank you. Strap yourselves in. And if you haven't heard about it, you just obviously haven't kept an ear out for it. Too soon? It's a couple of 100 years old. Deal with it. This weekend, the exhibition building is hosting a big vegan market, which is very... No. I said vegan. Show the vegan. Yes. Don't worry if you haven't heard about it, you will. Vegans allowed. It's a market for all kinds of people, from people who want to try a more ethical way of eating. Vegan market. Sounds more like whining than dining to me. It's also mid-year where I do my bi-yearly health checkups. Blood pressure, cholesterol, teeth, all fine. My optometrist, though, told me I really had to stop masturbating. Which is odd, because I thought it was perfectly normal. I thought that whole going blind thing was just a myth. And he said it just wasn't appropriate in his office. Fussy. I didn't see that coming, but I have glasses now, so there's a chance. Also this week, a man in Derbyshire crashed his new Ferrari after driving it only 2 miles from the dealership. Lewis Hamilton's really let himself go, hasn't he? He's lost his touch. Lucky he wasn't in Scotland. He would have had to drive for 2 miles and then he would have had to walk for 500 more. No? So, all right. Well, a clip made headlines this week when a naked man wandered into his husband's Zoom call and immediately dropped out of sight, making his birthday suit the only suit that's ever been worn on a Zoom call. So I can now see why it's called Zoom. There's not a great deal there to see. Today is country legend Willie Nelson's 89th birthday. Yeah. When asked if he was gearing up to go on the road again, he replied, "Do you know where my dentures are, son? I'm cold." And then immediately fell asleep, although 89 is not the highest Willie Nelson's ever been. Is everyone excited for the big election? Yes. I don't want to speak for everyone, but I do enjoy a big election. The bigger the election, the better. Who doesn't love some stiff competition and getting your hand on a sausage? Anybody been seeing the Clive Palmer United billboards everywhere? Yeah, they are a little bit annoying. They stole JB Hi-Fi's font and colours. Though they are quite similar when you think about it. Both offer stupid deals, both have annoying ads, and employ people that have made questionable life choices. The only difference is JB Hi-Fi pays tax. This week we had May the 4th, the international holiday where you get to find out which of your friends is a massive nerd. Speaking of Friends, today also marks the anniversary of the final episode of the TV series Friends being aired. I know, Friends. 6 buddies in their 20s who own 2 very large apartments in the middle of New York City. Yeah, how unbelievable having more than one friend. George Clooney turns 60 today and shares his birthday with the Eiffel Tower, which turns 133. Both are symbols of romance and look incredible for their age. One of the icons has a lot of foreigners go up and down inside of them. The other has been up and down on a lot of foreigners. Today is also International No Diet Day. Yeah! So if you're watching this on your couch, smashing a pack of Maltesers and a bag of chips, we here at Live from St Kilda want to thank you for your dedication to this holiday. And finally, according to the internet, this week is also International Clitoris Awareness Week. I couldn't find any more evidence of this holiday. But what an amazing show we have lined up for you tonight. Are you excited? Yes! Tonight, Sydney-based independent recording artist Driftwood will be zooming in with his new track. Folk legends, the music duo that is the Pierce Brothers, performing live in studio. Yeah! Stand-up comedy from Issac Haigh and Aidan Jones, and from Channel 31 out of the can to play our Can't Be Arts, Wombat and Goose will be here. Yeah! And finally, on the Chit Chat couch, our celebrity interview with former Australian Idol alumni, member of Young Divas, to the incredible solo artist about to tour with Symphony, Emily Williams here in studio. Yeah, super excited. So all that's left to say now is welcome to Live from St Kilda with me, Ben Murphy.
Time to hit the streets. It's St Kilda Beats.
Returning with a new single, Driftwood showcases his significant creative arsenal as a multidisciplinary whiz. 3 a.m. drifts between lush soundscapes and ambitious storytelling, with an accompanying self-directed and self-edited music video. Independent, innovative, and insatiably eclectic, Driftwood continues his burgeoning rise into 2022 in glossy fashion with this brand new single. And we're thrilled to have him here for the second time this series, Driftwood!
Hey Ben, thanks so much for having me, man. This track's a real special one for me. It's titled 3 a.m. It's basically about being in the wrong place at the right time at the end of maybe a big day, and but still being lost in my own thoughts, my own world. Myself and Hunter Farlow came up with the track one day in the studio. It was kind of a vibe, and I just started singing on the over the synth, and it just has this kind of lucid, free-flowing feeling to it that felt really comfortable.
Well, let's take a look at the video clip for 3 a.m. now.
It ain't no nice where I'm from. I've been really singing love songs. Tell you a story to my last, but broken hearts don't shout. Silhouettes of a dream broken. I could really go down the right road.
3 a.m. for Driftwood, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
3 a.m. Driftwood, ladies and gentlemen. Go listen to 3 a.m. from the incredible independent artist Driftwood, available on your favourite streaming service now. Still to come, live comedy, I Can't Be Arts, Ben's mildly entertaining list, and Emily Williams. All that and more after this. You may have heard our audience tonight. If you too want to be part of the fun of this studio recording, go to our website, livefromstkilda.com, and book your tickets now. Now, welcome back. If you've just joined us, don't worry, we are getting started. If you've been to a festival in the past few years, you have no doubt fell under the magic that is a live performance from Australian indie folk faves, the Pierce Brothers. For years now, the twin brothers, Jack and Patrick Pierce's high-energy duo has been a staple of the music scene, headlining sold-out venues the world over. They've returned with a brand new single, When It All Goes Away, which we're thrilled will get a TV debut at the end of the show tonight. The release marks the first taste of things to come as the Pierce Brothers announce an absolutely stacked collab EP with some of Australia's most exciting artists set for release later this year. So it brings me pure joy to welcome to the stage for a chat, the Pierce Brothers! Hello, how are you? Please go to seat. The Pierce Brothers. Wow. It must. I mean, it's not quite the reception you guys are used to getting. You guys play some.
You guys are all right, aren't you? I live for this.
You live for it. It's not bad. Is that how you guys get around all the time? Just yelling and screaming and just make people.
At the start of COVID, when we were doing shows and stuff, I just started doing some work for my brother, who's a chippy. And I was just doing
not this brother.
No, my older brother. And I was just doing some work on just cleaning on the building site, whatever. And every time I'd sort of walk up like, what do you need next? The whole site would just stop and start clapping. And I was like, what's going on? And then he's like, isn't that more work? Do more work? They thought it was the funniest thing ever.
And Jack, your clapping and cheering's been a little bit different to what you guys are used to. You're clapping and cheering, probably more screaming now with a 2-year-old at home.
Yeah, that's right. I've had pretty good COVID actually. We had.
Hang on, being stuck at home for 2 years with a 2-year-old is good COVID?
Mate, the first 2 years of our first daughter's life, we had a great time. I didn't have to tour. It was fantastic. It was really cool. But we're heading over to Europe in a couple of weeks, and I'm excited to go now. The terrible twos have just kicked in.
And you're getting out just in the nick of time.
Yeah. See ya. No, I'm looking forward to going away, but I'm going to
every now and then we'll sort of get off for a weekend of shows, and then Jack will just be like, "All right, are we having beers?" And we're like, "Dude, we're all tired, man." Jack's like, "No, we finished the show. We can do this."
Yeah, it's like, Jack, it's 10 a.m. Yeah, it's just getting into it. So you guys, it must be like, I know it's disappointing for the fans because it's been a couple of years since we've had a chance to get out and see you guys on tour because you guys are always gigging, and now things are opening up and festivals are happening, and you guys are like, right. Let's go overseas.
Yeah. We actually, this is like we booked in mid-COVID in 2020. Like, we can do this. It'll be gone by then. No, it won't. Book it for like later this year.
Next week.
We just pushed it down the line. It just kept not happening. And I wasn't sure that this one was. I'm still not sure. We don't leave for like 3 weeks. So, but we're so excited to get over there. Yeah. And. Yeah, it's going to be weird, man. I'm stoked.
Where in the world has the best audiences? Europe or our Live from St Kilda audience?
Come on! It's no question.
I mean, it's almost like there isn't a man just there going, clap now, clap now. Do you guys have a favourite place that you do genuinely like, that's your go-to place? You always know, no matter how you're feeling, how rough it is, it's going to be an ace gig.
Mate, Amsterdam is always pretty cool, but not for the reasons you think.
Is that because it's a good gig or you guys just think it's a good gig?
Exactly. So I'm just standing outside the venue playing to a wall.
You haven't even got
this is amazing!
The Netherlands is sort of where we first blew up and played some of our biggest. The Czech Republic, though.
Oh, yeah.
We went out and opened a main stage, big festival there, and that was something like 50 or 60,000 people, and that was just unreal.
The first time we played there was after Jamiroquai. He was on the main stage, and we're on this little side stage there, and it was late into the night. It was like 11 p.m. It's a big festival, and Jamiroquai's just finished, and like 60,000 people are filing out. But they go past our stage, and I was like, all right, well, we just got to start big. So I got the didgeridoo, and I said, kick drums, scrap what we had before, and we just went straight into the big. And it was one of the best nights of my life. It was fantastic. Yeah. So yeah, I reckon that's got to be it, right?
So are you guys then a little bit nervous because you're known for being quite rambunctious and quite loud and energetic, and your new track, When It All Goes Away, is a little bit more subdued than that.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, well, that's something that Pat's been he was very nervous about because he wasn't. I don't want to say you don't like the song.
No, it's not that. It's not that at all.
You can't say it's the song you're performing at the end of the show. You've got to say nothing about it is the best song ever.
No, it is. It's just it's definitely sort of a. I'm the sort of guy. I love Let's do a weird. What's that?
Ignore them.
Sorry.
Ignore the man over there, Patrick.
No, I don't even know who that person is. He's just wandering off the street.
It's a big step back into a little bit more of subdued pop, and we wanted to try something different. Because it's a collab EP, we can try new things, and that was the idea.
And that's it. I'm just a bit of a wimp. So Jack's like, do something different, man.
We're all super excited to see When It All Goes Away at the end of the show. You excited? Yes! Jack and Patrick will be out at the end of the show. Jack and Patrick, the Pierce Brothers!
Thank you so much.
It's time to play some rap. Random Game Show.
That's right. Thank you, James. It is time for some random game show. And to play some random game show, we have two random contestants selected almost randomly from the audience. James, who's joining us today?
Ben, our first contestant tonight is Ness, who is a huge fan of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Whoa!
90s throwback.
Yeah, when you said huge fan there, I was like expecting like a pedestal fan or something, but you're a real person. I didn't know where he was going with the fan thing. Never mind, we'll edit that out. All right.
Their challenger tonight is Sean, who is very good at being loud.
There you go. They asked me on the spot. I had no idea what to say.
Sorry, what was that?
They put me on the spot. I had no idea what to say.
Sorry, could you speak up?
I said, there you go.
Very good at being loud. Nice. I mean, I don't know if I'd call that very good. I think I'd call that an adequateness.
Give it time.
So it took it. So what gets you loud? Is it excitement or energy that makes you really loud?
Yeah.
Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, good.
And over here we have Ness. Ness, who is your favourite Mighty Morphin Power Ranger? And not to be confused with the Morphine Power Rangers out in Fitzroy Street.
It would have to be Austin St. John.
Yellow's usually the popular colour out there.
No, red and yellow. Karen Ashley and Austin St. John.
And which was your favourite series of the Power Rangers?
Series 1.
Series with the best. Any
Series
other Power
1 and
Ranger
2.
fans out there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're kind of on your own tonight, Ness. It's all right. They'll warm up
okay.
to it. All right. Well, it's time to play an exciting game. But first, we have some amazing prizes. James, what can our contestants win?
Ben, our winner tonight, will take home a $50 voucher courtesy of the Cheesecake Man.
Oh! Nice. You a fan of cheesecake there, Sean?
Cheesecake, absolutely.
What if you could have any sort of flavoured cheesecake? What cheesecake would you love to have?
A very cheesy one.
Nice. Ah, well, this show is almost a cheesecake because it is also very cheesy. All right. Tonight we are playing a Squid Game game. Your game tonight is Squid Game, not the actual Squid Game. We need about 400 people short for that. So instead, I'm going to ask you 5 trivia questions about all things squid. Okay, tentacles on your buzzers. All right, I'll ask you the question. Question number 1, let's begin. How many hearts does a squid have? A, 3. Oh, Sean!
2.
Incorrect! It's 3! If you're going to be loud, try and be accurate.
Yes.
Just a little. But all right, so no point for you. All right, question number 2. True or false? Squid ink has been used as medicine.
Ness.
Ness!
True.
Correct! So Ness, you're the first person on the board. Sean, you've got to
Thank
catch
you.
up.
Yes.
All right, question number 3. In April this year, a giant squid was found on a beach in which Asian country?
Ness.
Ness!
China.
Incorrect! No, it was Japan! There it is. Oh, delicious. All right, question 4. In Spongebob Squarepants, what musical instrument does Squidward play? Sean!
A harp.
A clarinet!
Close.
So close. I mean, is it working?
No, not really.
It's
I don't
not. I
think
mean, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Budget restrictions.
Yeah, I know,
It's-
I
we
understand.
spend it all on the $50 of cheesecake we give away each week.
Good.
But I mean, as long as you get cheesecake, that's all that matters.
That's done.
So far, we've got Ness on 1 point. Sean, you are yet to get on the score. All right, here we go. Let's try it. Question number 5. Both of you can guess this one. It's the closest without going over. How much will 1 kilogram of squid tubes cost at Woolworths?
Ness.
Ness, what would be your guesstimate?
It's $150.
For 1 kilo?
Yes.
$150? All
I'll
right.
go $18.
18, all right. And the answer is $19.
Bam. Oh.
Unfortunately, that's the end of the questions. You've each got 1 point each.
You can.
A cheesecake for both! Give them a big
wow.
applause. $50. And that was this week's Some Random Game Show. Oh, you came back. Thanks for joining us. It's now time for a segment we like to call...
This is Ben's mildly entertaining list.
That's right, this is fast becoming one of my favourite weekly segments. It's Ben's mildly entertaining list. Each week we take a theme and we change movie titles to suit that theme. This week's theme is Signs You've Eaten Bad Food, Movie Edition. Brace yourselves. We got 8 of them to get through. All right, coming in at number 8 is Fart Club. I mean, that's a sign you've had something bad to eat. All right. Coming in at number 7, we have Dirty Pantsing. Bit gross. All right. Coming in at number 6, we have Sex in the Shitty 2. Not bad, not bad. All right. Coming in at number 5, we have Poop Fiction. Though if you had enough fibre, it's also Pulp Fiction, so either works. Coming in at number 4, we have Food Wars, the return of the bad Yelp review. Yeah, complaining about this dodgy food. All right, our number 3rd funniest is Shitter Island. Like Shutter. See what we changed one letter. I mean, that's kind of all we did there. Genius work. Took 2 meetings for that. Coming in at number 2, we have Forrest Gump. We've all been there. And number 1, the one we found the funniest was the Squirt Locker. And that's it for Ben's mildly entertaining list. Today, we are at the Docklands to go to O'Brien's Icehouse. Apparently, it's a house made of ice. And just like whenever I visit my mother-in-law, the atmosphere inside is said to be chilly. Let's go in and see what it's all about.
O'Brien Icehouse is located at 105 Pearl River Road, Docklands. They're open 7 days a week, 364 days a year.
And I'm here with Tom, who's from O'Brien's House of Ice, and I'm super excited to see a house made entirely out of ice.
Actually, this is O'Brien Icehouse, the ice skating arena.
Okay, I'm really confused. I thought I was coming to see a house, like an igloo type thing.
No, we have 2 twin pads of ice to go ice skating on.
Ice skating?
Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to ice skate today.
Ah, all right. Well, time to get my skates on.
Let's go. Hold on. You know what? I've got something easier. Yeah? Yeah, all right. All right, now that Tom's showed me what to do, I think I'm going to be a natural. Let's eye-tonic the heck out of this. Yeah! Are you all right, Ben? Yep, just snow angels.
It's okay if you're a novice like Ben. The incredibly wonderful team are there to help. Their patient and experienced instructors will teach even the most inexperienced person the basics, and you'll end up skating like a pro in no time.
Well, I am puffed, but there's more to do here at O'Brien Icehouse than just ice skating. Let's see what else is on offer.
Whether it's the sound and fury of ice hockey, the graceful creativity of figure skating, or the precision and technique of curling and speed skating, O'Brien Icehouse is proud to act as the focal point of ice sports in Victoria. Many associations and clubs call the Icehouse home, including the Olympic Winter Institute of Australia. They have the expertise, facilities and staff to foster your ambition and turn it into reality, regardless of whether you're new to the ice or a seasoned professional.
You know, the truth is, I'm never going to be a pro skater, not even close. But also, I've never had as much fun as I did today. So I highly recommend you yourself come on down and try it. A lot of fun.
O'Brien Icehouse is located at 105 Pearl River Road, Docklands. They're open 7 days a week, 364 days a year. To make a booking or find out more, go to www.o'brienicehouse.com.au.
Our next guest is an emerging writer, director and musical comedian. His 2018 musical parody based on the BBC Sherlock was a smash hit, and he has just performed his debut solo shows at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival to rave reviews. So it was with excitement and anticipation I ask you to join me in welcoming to the stage Issac Haigh!
Thank you very much. Buckle up. As a straight white 21-year-old man from Australia, I've got it the hardest of all. 'Cause I've scarcely experienced hardship or failure, and that lack of trauma has taken its toll. All my life I've been told I'm the greatest, and while I don't doubt that it's true, in order to help me get famous, there is one little thing you all could do. Tell me I suck. Tell me I'm shit. Tell me you don't give a stuff, not even a little bit. Tell me I'm crap. Go on. Tell me I blow. Say that I've been going around spreading lies, 'cause this hardly qualifies as a comedy show. Call me a pig, barrage me with hate, 'cause my head is so big that I can't stand up straight. That and I've got mild scoliosis. It's true. So if you see me looking down on my luck, tell me I suck. Yeah. How the heck do you expect my work to have any depth when all I've ever wanted I've got? I need something cooked like a family death to stir the proverbial pot. I mean, obviously I don't want my family to die. It's not like I don't have a heart, but I do need a quick little kick in the dick if I want to make meaningful art. So tell me I suck. You get the gist. I swear it's okay. I cleared this whole thing with my therapist. Call me a schmuck. A big waste of space. Better yet, come right up here on the stage and punch me square in the face. Maybe don't actually do that one, please. Unless you want to get banned from the Oscars, maybe, I don't know. But if you see me post-show in the lobby, tell me I should probably stick to doing stuff like this as a hobby. And if it seems to you I'm deep in the muck, tell me I suck. Oh, won't somebody please criticize me? It's really not much of an ask. All I want is for you to despise me, and then to let me know by doing this simple task. You guessed it. Tell me I suck, or call me a hack. Say that my writing's self-indulgent and my playing is slack. Tell me I'm yuck. Tell me I'm trash. Say that you'd rather go and burn all of your hard-earned cash than sit through an hour of this shit. It's just some whiny whippersnapper wishing he was a misfit. See, that's the kind of stuff that I'm after. I'd much rather you all boo me than woo me with laughter. Yeah, I need you all to help me out. It's kind of what my whole damn show's about. So if it seems to you that maybe I'm stuck, baby, tell me I suck.
Socials at Issac Haigh. That was excellent. Issac Haigh, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with more after this. It's so good. I'm not ready yet. You came back. Thanks. Well, we have a live studio audience and film every Tuesday evening at the Alex Theatre St Kilda. We keep it small, so book earlier, live from stkilda.com. Next week, we have music from Nicole Halford and the Roselims. And joining me on the Chit Chat couch, podcast and stand-up superstar, Luke Kinchell. Yeah, very exciting stuff. Out of the Can is a 1-hour weekly show out of Melbourne, presenting short films from local and interstate filmmakers. It is hosted by two larrikins, Wombat and Goose, that present in the most fun and enjoyable way possible. Between their chats with filmmakers and airing the short and longer forms of works, Wombat and Goose's Out of the Can affords filmmakers across the country a chance to showcase their work to an audience outside of the festival circuit. It's an incredibly varied show that really highlights the talented creatives we have here in Australia. They make a show out of showcasing others, so I thought it only fair that we take a moment to showcase them. Please welcome Wombat and Goose from Out of the Can! Hello! How are you?
I need a hug.
You're a hugger.
There
we go.
Where am I going?
So you guys, we've got Wombat on this side, we've got Goose on this side,
absolutely.
and we've got me who struggled to read a teleprompter at the beginning. I'm like, out there. How do you guys handle it when you make a mistake and you stuff up what you're saying?
We chop and change and hope no one notices it.
And just sort of smooth on. Do you reckon I'll get away with that?
100%.
I mean, no one will notice that I stuffed up. So, Wombat and Goose, you host a weekly show that showcases film and TV. How did the project start?
COVID.
Another COVID baby.
Yep, exactly. So we basically had 2 shows left on C31 before the Axe.
Yep.
And they said, can you do 2 shows for us? And we said, yep, we can do that. And then we got renewed. And it's just juggernauted from there.
60 shows later.
60 shows? How about that?
Which is good. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. And we've met some amazing people, including yourself, in this industry. I had no idea it was like this. It's brilliant.
It is. It's a huge industry, and a lot of people do forget how many talented people we do have in Australia. Why is it important to you, Goose, to showcase all these amazing talents that we have?
I've always been a film lover. My daughter's a filmmaker. We've been knocking around riding motorbikes for 30 years, and he goes, let's do a show. And I said, okay. He's the brains.
He's actually good to bounce off. He's my... Well, are you a straight man? I don't know.
Yeah, well, in a non-sexual term.
Yeah.
But after a few drinks, it sort of goes either way,
well,
too.
Spaghetti's straight till it's boiled. So, you guys...
Oh, it's hot in here.
You guys do have a very natural on-screen chemistry. Does it... when you're deciding what films and projects and what guests you're going to bring onto the show, is there any other off-screen tension?
No, we're actually pretty good.
Just he lets me do all the work, and he just comes on and smiles.
Yeah, show the legs.
That's
all I need to do.
So you're the brains, Wombat.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but I am. Yeah.
And for those of the people out there who haven't had a chance to see your incredible show, what nights can we look out for you?
Monday nights at 9:30.
Monday nights at 9:30.
And
of course.
in South Australia?
South Australia at 9 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time, and of course Friday nights after the Ben Murphy show.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that Ben Murphy show is there.
He is awesome. We'd love to get him on our show one time.
I
think he's too big for us. I don't think
he's been on our show.
He
had little arm marks and he was an
there's a movie where I was playing someone who looks like they live in St Kilda. But it was a lot of fun. What's coming up this series? What can we expect in the next couple of weeks?
We've got more interviews,
some
more
amazing
great
documentaries,
films.
some behind-the-scenes stuff coming up.
Yep, and we also too much.
So you're going to have to tune in and find out. And of course, if you want to find out more, you're going to go to the socials at Wombat and Goose present Out of the Can. But you two are here for a special reason. You're here because...
It's time to play I Can't Be Arsed.
All right, James, we're playing for some fantastic prizes. What are we playing for?
Ben, our winning contestant tonight will take home a $50 voucher courtesy of Corgi Chicken on Ackland Street.
Oh, Corgi, that's a good prize. All right, so Wombat, I'll get you to take your seat. So you're going to be doing the drawing, Yuri. Up you come. And Wombat, I'll get you to take your seat too.
Very good.
All right, this is what you have to draw, the saying. Not just yet. This is the saying you're going to be drawing. All right, there you go. All right, it's the next one at home. Here we go. Coming up on the screen now is the next saying. On your marks, get set, go!
Foot.
All right.
Yes.
Those of you playing at home, this is what we are. This is the saying.
Toilet.
Have no idea what that is. That's definitely not even close to what we see at home.
Feet, shin, sitting.
We got
sitting,
like
toilet,
a foot or an
toilet,
ankle over
sitting
here.
Down, kneeling.
Looks like a foot. Something going on with that foot there.
Foot sore. Foot
You know,
sore.
one thing I love about being in the
shoe,
theatre is getting out there, giving it your best go. You always want to break a leg, have a lot of fun.
Feet down, feet up.
I mean, this does look like
Legs
an
up.
ear, but I do hope the show's
Legs
going
up.
well. I want
Get
to
the
come
leg
out
up.
here and break a
Get the
leg and
leg
have a bit of fun.
Flower foot.
I actually broke my knee a
two
few
left
months
feet.
ago. It was really sore. It
two
was
left
like
leg
getting
feet.
around. It was really hurting. Lots of pain.
Rock around the clock.
No, very close. Don't break it. Don't break it.
Okay.
You're almost there.
Put your
I mean, we're going to
dance around the clock.
We've got to
feet
dance around the clock.
leg around
It's
the
almost
clock.
break time. All right, that's good. We want to get there. What was
break
that?
a leg, break a leg.
Oh, I think of Wombat was in first. I mean, I don't know if you at home heard it, but I said break a leg like 30 times during that talk. All right, so 1 point for you. All right, here is your next one. All right, flip the page. Don't start just yet there. Here it is. All right, this one is going to be even harder. So here we go. Go!
TV, house.
I mean, that's the same thing you just drew. I'm sure of it. That's
Filmmaker.
looks like a toilet pan. I don't know what's happening over here.
Cut something. Director
Star,
cut.
flower,
It's a big flower of some sort.
flower pan.
Cutting floor. Cutting.
I really don't know what's happening here. We're not even close to what's going on. That picture's really loud.
Starfish.
Cut out. Cut.
Yeah, you can't draw words though. Your actions have to be louder.
The lights. Cut the light. Chop the
Cut the
light.
lights, very almost, maybe a bit louder if you get the answer. Good actions over here. Much louder than his words.
Dollar, flower.
We're running out of ink over here. It's going to be close. I mean, action, lights, camera, good. I like that, very nice.
Lights, camera, action. Roll them.
You know what? Time is up. It was action speaks louder than words.
That was never going to happen.
1 point. We have our winner of the Corgi voucher going over to this side. Give Blue Team a big round of applause.
This is Chit Chat.
Like all things that are great and from New Zealand, tonight's Chit Chat guest has been claimed as one of our own. She first rose to fame on the 3rd season of Australian Idol, then as part of the Young Divas group. In 2012, as an independent artist, she released Uncovered. And last year, her incredible album, 30-something, was released. Between touring her own albums, appearing in shows alongside previous guests like Greg Gould, and being one of the lead singers in the stage production of The Bodyguard, she is now blowing us away with her powerful vocals in the stage show Symphony. Please pop your hands together and welcome Emily Williams!
How are you?
So good to see those. Look at those shoes, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if they are not superstar shoes, I don't know what is.
Can I tell you something? These are actually really comfortable.
I know. I tried them on backstage when you weren't watching.
Oh my God, that's where they went. But then I tried to get down the stairs coming onto the stage. I was like, oh, I'm going to take this shit off.
Yeah, just.
I don't know if I'm going to make it down those stairs.
Emily Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Please, yeah. I sat down before you. That's very rude of me. It's naughty. I'm just obsessed with the shoes. And
okay.
Thank you so much for fitting us in.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Because you've been incredibly busy lately. You've been touring around with Symphony. You've been working with Greg Gould, doing a whole lot of things, and you've managed to squeeze us in tonight.
You keep saying Greg Gould heaps. Hi, babe. How are you?
Yeah. No, because he said it was part of his contract when he appeared. He said if you don't mention my name every episode, he's not coming. A bit of a diva. You know how he is.
Of course, yes. Well, I'm not surprised. Yes, I have actually. I've been really, really busy, but I'm grateful at the same time. Obviously, everybody trying to get over COVID and stuff, and so to be able to get back into gear and start performing everywhere around the country, and well, it's amazing. I'm doing good. I'm happy.
Is it like riding a bike? Does the vocals just come back to you, or you've got to really sort of ease yourselves into it?
I think I think I didn't even ease back into it. I just got on stage and just screamed my lungs out.
Just belted it out.
Just belted it out, honey. There's no better way than just seeing where your voice is at, you know. But I guess it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it was a long time ago and you don't want to dwell on it, but I'm curious to know, when you auditioned for Australian Idol, were you ready for the amount of fame and adoration that just sort of came your way? Like when people say, Emily Williams! I mean, it must have been weird going from, getting up at home, going to the shops, to then people recognising you everywhere you went.
Of course. Like, imagine being a 20-year-old, obviously a forklift driver as well.
Yeah.
So think about that, and nobody really gave a hoot who you were. You just went to work and you're just like, hey, yeah, I'm here, I'll make some money, gonna pay my bills and then go home. Then all of a sudden, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You can't go to the shop. You can't walk out of your house. You can't do anything. You can't get on a forklift anymore because people found out where you worked. You know what I mean? So it was fame at that age for me. It was a lot. It was a lot. But I enjoyed it at the same time, but it was just, I think for any new person that's come from where I've come from, it's a big change. It's a huge difference.
Because they do say that fame sometimes can sort of change people. Did you ever have one of those moments where it sort of maybe did derail or make you lose a little bit of focus of who Emily was?
Oh, absolutely. I had to, absolutely. I had to fight. Like, I had to fight to always, even though I was grateful, at the same time, I always had to remember, I had to fight to remember who I was.
Yeah.
Because it was so much given to you all at the same time. You had to really, pick your moments, pick the time, say you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to give this much for this part, or give this much for this show, or this much for this one. And at the end of it, sometimes you have nothing left for yourself.
Yeah,
so it was really hard trying to find the balance for me back at that age. But I feel like the older you get, the wiser and the stronger you get. So this is me now. I know what I'm doing now, so we're good.
And you do indeed, because you went from Idol, then you went to Young Divas, and then you decided to go independent and do your own music.
Yeah.
Doing your own music and being free of the restraints must have been incredibly liberating for you.
Oh, I think for any artist, once you get that first album and you're doing it all on your own, it's all your stuff. You put all the effort and the hard work and the money into it, and you see obviously what it ends up bringing you at the end. Oh my gosh, it's so liberating. You feel so great. I feel like it feels like you've conquered the world. Like, you don't even need a #1 hit for any of your music, as long as you put out the music that you love and that you like and you're proud of it.
And you did last year with this incredible artwork on your cover of 30
Isn't
something.
that artwork dope?
Isn't that artwork incredible? That is so cool.
It looks like me, hey.
It looks so much like you. You get around as a piece of art yourself. But it must have been great to release 30 something last year in the middle of the pandemic and be able to speak directly to your fans and have them going, oh, Emily, you're speaking to me. This is my song. I'm connecting with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, these songs were written, I think, in 2000, and they were written a couple of years earlier, but I never got to release them because everything, obviously COVID and everything just went crazy.
That little thing, yeah.
Just that little thing called COVID. Ooh, it looks good.
Oh, you're just spotting yourself on the
just looking at myself. I'm like, check. So she had to get this music out because the songs that I released on 30 something was very much what I was going through at a certain period of time in my life. And I noticed that a lot of my fans wanted to get close to me. And I didn't know how, because the album before was very dance, pop, and it was not many slow songs. So I kind of okay, I need to make a connection. I need to tell them who I am. They need to know what's happened since Idol, since Young Divas, so I released 30 something.
Well, you definitely set out with what your goal was to connect with your fans and speak your truth. You certainly did. We're going to be back with more Emily Williams after the break. Welcome back. I am joined with incredibly talented singer, actress, and more. It's Emily Williams. Emily, before the break, we were talking about you being able to connect directly with fans with your amazing album, 30 something. But now you're connecting with your fans in a different way. You're sort of bringing back a sense of nostalgia and reliving some past hits with the amazing Symphony.
I know. I heard that you came to one of our shows.
I did. I came to your Symphony #2 not long ago.
Yes.
And there were some other people in the audience. I don't know if the audience have heard of these people. There was Shayna Blaze. There was Denny Minogue.
Yes.
Just hanging out with her. Have you heard of those people?
Yes.
A couple of you have. And they're huge fans of Symphony and what you're doing as well.
Yes, they are. That was great catching up with Danny again. It's been a few years since I've been behind stage with her. They absolutely loved it. The show is so incredible. I think anybody that comes and witnesses it for the first time, they are going to be blown away. It's like we take you guys to another planet. You might as well like introduce yourself to like Mercury, because it ain't Mars. It's definitely Mercury.
Or Uranus.
No. You mean Uranus?
Oh, well, mine. Do you know, I don't drink and I don't do any substances, but you are correct. Seeing Symphony was a trip. It was absolutely spectacular. For those people who don't know what Symphony is, could you explain it?
How can you explain it?
It's so hard.
You just need to come for me
You
to like
really do.
for you to understand when I explain it. I'm going to try and explain it for you, and if you do get it, then still buy a ticket to come. Okay?
Definitely buy a ticket. I guarantee it is such a fun.
So Symphony is like, we take some of the most popular dance hits from the 90s to the 80s. We can even go back to the 70s, and we make it pretty much relevant with an orchestra/DJ. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like a 60-piece orchestra. Sometimes more. I reckon there's more.
I reckon it's more. And then you've got
like
all the lasers. You've got the symphony.
Yeah, the lights.
Your vocals are amazing.
Dude.
You're just busting out, which is why I was asking you before, training that voice, because you come out and you just blow the audience away. The power that you have is just...
I've got no choice. Where else am I going to go? How am I supposed to sing with a 60-piece orchestra like with me? Of course, you're not going to be sitting there trying to whisper. Especially for dance songs. I'm sure we all know dance songs from back in the day, like Finally and you know, Destination Unknown, all those type of songs.
And you busting it out there too.
Yeah, man, I'll be like doing my little shimmy on the ground. You know, I'll be doing everything that I can with this body at the moment. Hey.
Yeah, hey.
But yes, it's absolutely great. I love being on that stage with Symphony. They've really brought a lot of songs from back in the day to light for this generation to hear and understand. You know, especially for dance music.
It's so, and Symphony number 3 is about to tour, and you're going to venues like Brisbane, Perth, Wollongong, Newcastle, Adelaide, Cockatoo Island, and Tasmania. Does the vibe change at any of the venues you're at?
Honestly, nah, man. Like, seriously, every time I get on stage with it doesn't matter what orchestra that we're using at the time, because obviously sometimes it's a bit hard to get everybody from everywhere. As soon as they see the material we're doing, everybody just gets lit straight away. Before we even hit the stage, they're all lit, they're all pumping, ready to go at the back, getting their instruments ready, and they're just like, yeah, we're ready, let's go. I was like, oh man, since everybody else is pumped, I'm gonna be pumped too. Yeah, man, we're all on a roll before we get on stage, so don't worry about that. We will always give you a show, regardless where it is.
You're guaranteed. It is truly one of the best nights. If you haven't seen Symphony, get out and do it. Now, that sound, Emily, means it's time to play This or That.
This or That, okay.
60 seconds are going to go on the clock. You have to answer as many questions as you can. Each question only has 2 answers. You must choose one of the answers, hence This
what
or That.
What if I get the wrong answer?
Yeah, you can't. It's just, it's
Great,
silly.
putting me on the spot.
Emily Williams, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go, Ben.
Your time starts now. Well, now. Summer or winter?
Winter.
All right, Facebook or Twitter?
Facebook.
Fast food or home-cooked meal?
Home-cooked meal.
Good girl. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No.
You let me down. Who is nicer, Marsha Hines or Dicko?
Marsha.
Singing solo or as part of a group?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Solo.
Solo, yeah, of course. A cup of tea or a glass of wine?
Glass of wine.
Melbourne or Auckland?
Both,
all right. A bit of Sweden going on there, Switzerland in the middle there. Bum or biceps?
What the hell is that?
Bum or bicep? What do you like?
I'm good, bum.
Bum, oh nice, all right.
100%.
Live from St Kilda with Ben Murphy or The Project?
Live in St Kilda with Ben Murphy, of course.
I mean, that's a professional answer right there.
You better tell somebody.
Have you ever pulled out the Don't You Know Who I Am card?
No.
And finally, should people jump online and get their tickets to Symphony now with dates in Brisbane, Perth, Wollongong, Newcastle, Adelaide, Cockatoo Island, Tasmania, and more?
Damn straight you should. Come through.
Of course they should. Head to the socials at Symphony Show to find your ticket dealer and more dates. And if you want to keep on top of all of Emily's amazing projects and her own work on socials, go to Emily, your band diva. Emily Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you, babe.
We met them early in the show. They're known for their energetic and rambunctious live sets. The Pierce Brothers' new track, When It All Goes Away, is a decided step back into a more subtle pop ballad. So here now to perform When It All Goes Away, it's Jack and Patrick from the Pierce Brothers!
Shouldn't be calling this late. Hung up the phone, no one wanted to stay. There's a little part of me that you've kept away. I could have been clearer, I should have been clearer, so wait. Hold on and give it more time. 'Cause right now it's feeling like a hit to the chest. Can't draw any breath. Like a wrecking ball falling through all we had left. 'Cause who'd have thought this would all go to waste? And I don't know what happens when it all goes away. April has turned into May. Seasons are changing, but I still feel the same. There's a little part of me that I cannot change. I should have been clearer, I could have been clearer, so wait. Hold on and give it more time. 'Cause right now it's feeling like a hit to the chest. Can't draw any breath. Like a wrecking ball falling through all we had left. 'Cause who thought it'd all go to waste? But I don't know what happens when it all goes away. To the chest, can't draw any breath. Like a wrecking ball falling through all we had left. 'Cause who would have thought it would all go to waste? But I don't know what happens when it all goes away. Like to the chest, can't draw any breath. Like a wrecking ball falling through all we had left. 'Cause who would have thought it would all go to waste? But I don't know what happens when it all goes away.
To the Pierce Brothers! Oh, that is so good! The Pierce Brothers, everyone, be sure to follow them on all the socials at the Pierce Brothers Music. And that track, When It All Goes Away, is available to stream now. Book now for next week's studio recording with special guest, comedy podcast superstar Luke Kidgel at livefromsecurity.com. More fun, more comedy, more music, and more celebrities. Until then, look after yourselves and one another. I'm Ben Murphy. Bye-bye for now! Oh, that was so great.